Hey guys, it's Kelsey and I'm back with a double challenge today. So both of these challenges are from Mercy Tiara's Autumn Inspiration series. So I've actually done all of the challenges, but there are a few of the sketches and a few of the mood boards I wanted to do again. So this is a sketch that I didn't get to. I've done 2 sketches so far from their challenge. So this is a third for their sketch challenge, and then I'm doing one of the other mood board challenges. You guys wouldn't have seen my mood board challenge yet. That's coming up in the Hop. That'll be on the 14th. So this is the first mood board challenge you're seeing from me, but I did decide to go with the first mood board. It had a lot of like mini mood boards in it, and the very center one was very orange and blue. It had some yellows and browns in it, so I thought that would be a really good mood board to try and do. This isn't an autumn photo or theme page, but it's Bennett and his dad sleeping. They're adorable. They look super cozy, and autumn just gives that cozy vibe. So I thought by doing an autumn mood board, even though it wasn't autumn themed, it would kind of give you that idea. So that's what I'm rolling with. I'm being very literal with the colors from that mood board. The colors literally were brown, orange, yellow, and blue. So just the plaid, I already have, I think all of those colors. And then I'm pulling in this blue. Both of these papers came from Die Cuts with a View paper pads. So the yellow ones are from Autumn Chill, and this blue one is from the Indigo Craft and Rose Gold collection. So I thought they would play really well off of each other. They both have metallic foiling. The one that Indigo paper pad has rose gold, whereas the Autumn Chill has more of a copper, but they look really similar. I don't feel like you can really tell or that detracts in any way. So I'm just going ahead and doing basically what the sketch is. There's this large circle in the background with some vertical and horizontal strips behind the photo, and then a little scalloped embellishment cluster in the upper right hand corner. So basically, I was too lazy to go downstairs and get a plate to trace to do this circle. So you saw, in order to do that circle, I just put my pencil through a piece of thread and used it like a compass to draw my circle. It's not perfect, but I don't feel like you can really tell. But because it wasn't completely smooth all the way around, I did decide to distress and ink the edges. That way it kind of camouflages any imperfections. I recently saw, I was watching Shamel and Dolly and a few other people who've been inking their edges, and I used to love to do that. I used to do on every single one of my pages, and I just felt like with this cozy kind of feel that inking would be super appropriate. So you will see me inking throughout this page with some distress oxides and such, but that's kind of where I'm starting. I did just take a circle punch to punch out the scallop detail on the top. So that's where that's coming in. And then I wanted a little bit of blue up there as well, since I have these blue colors next to the photo. So I did just take a scrap there and do another little scallopy border punch to run across the top. It was really hard for me to use this blue with this collection just because I feel like they don't go, but the mood board kind of made me feel like they do, and I really like the way it ended up turning out. So that's a really fun way to use a mood board. It makes you put colors together that maybe you wouldn't otherwise, or introduce colors into a paper pad that weren't in the paper pad originally. So that was fun. But all I'm doing is following the sketch at this point. So there's this large rectangular piece going behind the photo, and then there's a few vertical strips going along the left hand side. I think I flipped this sketch. I can't remember. But I just wanted a big yellow chunk to be one of the vertical pieces, and to use the back side of that scrap of navy just so it looked like a different paper and it was solid as the other scrap. So again, inking everything, and then I will go ahead and glue this down. This is just going in Bennett's baby album, just documenting him and his dad taking a nap together. They are so cute. So I did get the sketch part down really easily, and then I did get a little stuck embellishment wise just because I don't have a whole lot of embellishments along this color scheme. Really had to go stash diving to find stuff for this page. So I'm glad I got what I got on this page. They've been in my stash for years, so you'll see that in a little bit. But first, just gluing all this stuff down. Everything's inked, I believe, so I'm just trying to copy the sketch per usual. If you are playing along with Mercy Tiara's challenges, just make sure you know that there is no double dipping, unless there is a specific challenge saying you can use a layout for more than one of the challenges. So you can't make one layout that does 3 of the challenges and submit it for all 3. So here I am using 2 of the challenges, but I'm only going to submit it for the mood board challenge just because I already have 2 in the sketch challenge. So just wanted to kind of do a disclaimer there. I know I'm doing 2, but I'm only submitting it for one of the challenges. So feel free to incorporate more of them. There's lots of mood board challenges. There's lots of sketch challenges, so you can use them together just so long as you're not submitting them in both challenges, if that makes sense. So yeah, just wanted to make sure I mentioned that because I know I'm doing 2. Couldn't help myself. But yeah, so I did go back. I had a branding strip in the same kind of brown pattern paper that I used in the scallop in the upper right, and then my photo mat. So I wanted to pull that in somewhere else as well. So again, I did the same scalloped border punch that I did in the upper right hand corner on that piece and tucked that along the lower horizontal line. And now I'm trying to go in for embellishment. So I pulled out a lot of things I thought would go. I think a few of these could go if I kind of did it in a different way, but it ended up like a lot of the oranges weren't the same kind of oranges, and I don't know. I ended up pulling out these cream bows. I think they're from We Are Memory Keepers. They're my last bows in that collection, so I thought it'd be cool if I could get both of them used up. I thought it really went well with this collection because there are so many rich tones. I thought the creamy bows kind of helped freshen it up a little bit and keep it clean. So I'm really going to try and get both of those on there. I really like how the one looks in the upper right hand corner, and then I wanted one down by the photo. Other than that, I'm going through all of these different embellishments I pulled out thinking I could use. I really liked these little sticker brads here, but and the colors went, I don't know, it just felt like they were too big compared to the bows to try and do little clustery things. I don't know, I had the hardest time trying to find embellishment for this page, so I decided to kind of put that on hold and go ahead and do my title. So I do have these Hobby Lobby Paper Studio white thickers. I guess they're not thickers because they're not American crafts, but anyways, foam alphabet. And I'm just going to call this Naptime. So that's going to be the title. I like that it's in white and kind of brings in that bow and the white from the background, just kind of freshens it up some more because otherwise it can look very dark. So I like adding these little details of white. I'm just trying to space it so that it kind of spans the bottom part of that border strip that has a scallop detail. I didn't want it overlapping this blue strip too much and feel like it was overhanging awkwardly. So I think this is kind of a happy medium, even though I just had to mush those 2 words together. And then there is some journaling strips that the sketch has going out over this long rectangular piece off of the photo. So I figured I could kind of do a subtitle or a little additional info on that. So I decided to actually do some stamping with my alpha stamps. So you'll see that in a minute. I did go through some old brads that I had, and I really thought these big circular ones looked really nice with the color scheme, but then I thought they were just too big to end up using. I did pull out this little dream catcher charm that came in the mail a long time ago. It was like one of those charities that send you like your address stickers that you can put on mail, and it came with this little charm, which was a dream catcher. So I was like, oh my gosh, the colors are perfect. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's a dream catcher and they're sleeping. So that's going to make it on this page. And I'm super happy about that because I've had that, I don't even know how long. So that's going to go up there. Still playing with where this bow is going to go. I also pulled out these little metallic flowers. I have no idea where those came from. I'm pretty sure they came, I'm pretty sure they just came in a baggie, because sometimes when you go to garage sales, scrapbookers will just have a whole bunch of things they don't want anymore in a basket, and they'll sell a whole basket for, $5 or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was one of those deals where I just got a bunch of little random things in a basket that a scrapbooker was getting rid of at a garage sale. So I think that's where those came from. But I thought these little tiny gold flowers looked really nice with the kind of metallic theme I was going for, and these kind of yellows and golds and oranges that were already on the pages. So I'm kind of going to use those as enamel camel dots. I just had 6 of them, so I put 2 in each of the kind of little clusters. So one by the title, one by the dream catcher, one by the upper right hand bow. It's kind of bothering me that the other bow on the photo is kind of creating a 4th area, so I'm going to try and address that. That's bothering me, that there's not just 3 clean areas of embellishment. But here you just saw where I did my stamping with that little alphabet stamp. I just said Daddy and Bennett, so that'll be kind of the first part of the title, and then it'll read Daddy and Bennett nap time. So I thought that was really cute. I stamped, you guys, I stamped. I was really proud of myself. It's not the cleanest, but I think it looks really cute. So pretty proud of myself about that. So that's going under there. And then I scooched the bow over to be above that. So that kind of reads as one large cluster. And I think that looks better. So that bow reads into the title and then reads into the little flower embellishment that's next to it. So all of a sudden it doesn't look like 4 areas anymore. It goes back to looking like 3. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to go ahead and glue down these flowers. Now that I can see there's 3 areas again instead of 4, I'm happy with where they're sitting. And then there are 2 little brown brads you can see to the left that were like the perfect shade to go with this collection. I've had those 2 brads just hanging out for a minute, and I don't know, I've had a hard time using them in the perfect color scheme for this page. So I'm going to throw those on here as well in a minute. I'm just going to go ahead. I cut off the top part of that charm where there was a loop where there would be like a string or something because I didn't want to have to tie twine or anything through. I thought it'd be distracting. These little feather pieces are already dangling. So I wanted it to just not have anything else going on. So I just cut that little loop at the top of that little dream catcher off. I thought about adding a doily, but it really didn't need it, and it's more of kind of cream based. Like it is, there are white things on this page, but I don't know if that the doily was like too white compared to everything else, so I decided not to do that. And then here I'm going in to just put these brads into areas. So I'm just going to pop one above the little white bow next to the photo and then one up by the dream catcher cluster. So I got those on a page. I like that it introduces a little bit more brown. I got some more brads used up, so I'm really pleased with how much stuff I got used up from my stash that's been in my stash for a while. I just did a little bit of gold Heidi Swap color shine as a finishing touch, and there is the finished layout. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will link Mercy Tiara's challenge group in the description if you want to play along with any of these challenges. There are prizes and there are other challenges every single month. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.